Welcome back, everyone. We're joined now by Amy Weiss, founder and CEO of Amazing at Home Business Consulting. Amy's an expert planner with 18 years military planning experience. She holds 3 undergraduate and 2 graduate degrees. Amy's an entrepreneur, a brand builder, inventor, and patent holder. She's also a teacher and public speaker, search engine optimization expert, and copywriter. Amy, you wear many hats. In today's talk, Amy will unveil how AI tools like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Adobe Firefly can revolutionize your brand and product development. Thanks so much for joining us, Amy.
Thank you so much for having me, Shannon. It's great to be here.
I've been really looking forward to this session because one of my entrepreneurial side hustles was selling products on Amazon, and I know you're going to talk about how to find good products. So super interested to hear what you're going to share with us today. Take it away.
All right. Well, I will share my screen and get started.
Perfect. I'll let you know when we can see your screen. Yes, I can see it.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So as Shannon mentioned, we are going to talk about AI for brand and product development. I'm just going to move this screen over here so I can still see what you guys see. You know, I don't know how many of you have dabbled with AI. Would love to hear from you, but it is really going to change the way that we do business moving forward. The way that customers search for products is going to change. Keywords are not ranking the same way that they used to on our major platforms. So now is the time to pay attention, because if your competition is using AI in their brand and product development and you are not, you will naturally fall behind. Because when you use AI to develop a product or a brand, it is AI's interpretation of that understanding of what your product or your brand is that allows you to be recommended by AI in a search engine. So it used to be, okay, we pay for ads at the top of search. Well, all of that is changing. And I think the next presentation after mine, he's going to talk about that a little bit. But it's really, really important. That's something that I speak on a lot, is for people to understand that SEO is changing. And if we don't use AI as our guide, our competitors will, and they will show up at the top of the new AI-driven generative search, and we will not. So I just want to give you some tips today on how you can utilize AI for brand and product development. So a little bit about me. I know she kind of already introduced me. I've been selling on Amazon since 2007. I've helped thousands of brands launch their own products and brands on Amazon and beyond. I'm also an inventor and patent holder, and I'm a product development and sourcing expert. I'm also a marketing guru and a tech nerd. I have a military background and a cybersecurity background, so I've kind of used that in my current career in e-commerce to really understand algorithms and understand how to grow, and also, utilizing those military skills to take big visions and turn them into executable steps in my business. I also co-founded the only multi-category trade show in Latin America. It's called Evo Latam, and I host sourcing trips to China. If you ever want to go to China to find your products and you've never been before, you can come along with me through my company, Amazing at Home. I have a podcast and a few other things, but enough about me. Let's talk about you guys and how you're going to use AI for your brand and product development. I want to start us off with this quote from Steve Jobs, where he says, "Innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity and not a threat." I have to tell you, my company, Amazing at Home, we used to be primarily a copywriting business. And with the developments in AI, suddenly all of my copywriting orders kind of went out the window. They stopped, and I knew that I had to pivot. So I did pivot. I now use AI in my copywriting. My whole team knows how to use AI for this purpose. We used to have a team of copywriters. Now we don't have any copywriters on our team. We just have people that know how to use AI. So I could have given up. I could have said, oh, my business is over. AI has replaced me, and this is going to happen to educators, computer programmers, data analysts. Like, AI is going to replace a lot of jobs. But we can see this as an opportunity and not a threat. And so that's what I would encourage you to do. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how can AI help you develop amazing products and brands. We're going to talk about some case studies of some clients that I've helped do this with AI. And then last, we're going to talk about ChatGPT's updated features, using this for competitive analysis and differentiating your products so that you can, in fact, then beat your competition. So what is AI all about? The expectation, and I'm guessing how most of you are using this. When I speak on this in different stages around the world, I get a lot of hands when I say, okay, who's using AI for content creation or reading customer reviews or to get really bad product ideas, right? And so many people are like, yeah, it's okay. It does okay with my writing and blah, 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 blah. The reality is that AI can help you develop incredible brands and products. It can give you unique product ideas and awe-inspiring ideas. That is the reality. I'm going to show you some practical tips on how to do that today. You can visually represent your wildest dreams. So everything from logos to flyers to website mockups, innovative ideas, product designs, packaging, storefronts, displays, and improving existing products. This little dog over here next to this robot-looking thing is actually something that I invented. I've been working on it for 3 years. I wanted to solve, my first brand is all about cat poop, right? It's a litter box cleaner for cats. But I wanted to solve the problem of people having to pick up dog poop for their dogs, right? And right now, people are hiring services literally to clean up their yards, right? So me and ChatGPT and Midjourney on my phone over a weekend, like a few hours on a Saturday, we developed a really cool robotic device that does this for you, and even generated a mock-up of it. So this took me a few hours, where I had been working on solving this problem for 3 years. But I'm not an electrical engineer. I'm not an engineer at all. I didn't have those skills or the knowledge to put it together. And AI was able to give me those skills and that knowledge. So things you've been working on for years that you might not have ever been able to pull the trigger on, you can now do very easily, even from your phone with AI. So I'm excited to show you that today. So some of the tools I'm going to introduce to you first are ChatGPT, the Pro version. It's $20 a month, and Midjourney. Midjourney is an image generation tool, and it ranges from $10 to $30 a month, and it works inside of Discord chat. So these are two great tools to combine. And how did I start using these tools? I had this aha moment. I read this blog by this guy named Viral Spinu, and he was talking about, he basically, in this blog, he showed how he used ChatGPT and Midjourney. And literally, he just had a conversation with ChatGPT about a brand he wanted to start. And then he pasted ChatGPT's response into Midjourney as a prompt to generate the images. I couldn't believe the things that he did in one conversation with ChatGPT and simply copying and pasting ChatGPT's responses into Midjourney. This was a huge aha moment for me. A lot of people don't use AI because they're waiting for the right prompt. They're waiting for instructions on what to do. But what I hope to teach you today is that you can have a simple conversation and just try a few things like copying and pasting and come out with some pretty amazing results. So what Viral said is, I want to open a business. This is his chat with ChatGPT. I want to open a business. I'm going to sell eco, high-quality dairy products. I want to have an online shop and also a presence in shopping malls with small shops. I need help to design my logo. And then he talks about his customer. He says, my products are premium products, eco and high quality. We'll target customers with above average income. Imagine a logo for me, and this is key, guys, and describe it. So here was ChatGPT's response. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but basically he just copied and pasted this into a Midjourney program, and you can see the logos that were mocked up here. Now, text isn't great in AI generative tools yet. There are a few tools that are getting it more right, and even ChatGPT's own image generation tool, DALL-E, is doing better. But what you can do is get some incredible mock-ups that you can very easily then pull into Photoshop or give to a designer, and they can put the correct text on there. But you get the font, you get the overall look and feel, and it can be a very easy way to have a really on-point brand strategy for almost no money. So the next thing he did is he continued the conversation. He said, would adding a bit of azure work? And then he got these logos with some blue in them, right? And this is an important point. When you're having a conversation with ChatGPT, you want to continue the conversation. If there's something that you don't like, ask a question, continue it, right? And it's going to give you different results based on what you're looking for. So then he switched over to websites. He said, thanks, we're done with the logo. Now imagine how a landing page would look for my online shop. Describe it to me with full details. He simply copied and pasted all of this into Midjourney as a prompt, and he got this really cool website mockup. Times are changing, aren't they? Right? Now we can have really great designs in a really short period of time. How easy would it be for me to hand this over to my web designer and say, okay, here's the colors, here's the overall look and feel I'm going for, and then have them design a very similar website, or even, a graphic designer could pull this in and edit accordingly, and then, utilize that as a website background. So here's some other mock-ups that Midjourney created of that website. And then he continued the conversation and took it up a notch. And he said, okay, great, I love it. How about redesigning the website as an innovative and out of the ordinary website, something really creative and never seen before? And look at what it came up with, right? This incredible rainbow, with different colored cows. If you're looking for an edge up on your competition, if you want your brand to look unique and innovative, these are the simple tools you have at your disposal. It's really, really cool what you can do. So here were some of the other mock-ups. You have like the blue cows and, this kind of green, eco-friendly look. Then next, he created a storefront. And what I tell all my e-commerce entrepreneurs is that your customers don't know that you don't have a storefront. They don't know you don't have a physical store. So if you put a physical storefront look at the top of your A+ content on Amazon or your website, right? It just professionalizes. It makes your brand look so much more professional. And nobody needs to know that that doesn't actually exist, right? Like, it's just a way to just up your branding. So I thought it was really cool, these storefronts that he created. And maybe you want to have a storefront and you need some ideas for what that would look like. This is a great tool for that. Next, he went to packaging. So he said, let's move on to product packaging. We're going to focus on the butter. Imagine how a butter product would look like. Keep in mind the color scheme we agreed upon. Describe it with full details. Again, copied and pasted this into Midjourney. Then he asked for out-of-the-box packaging. How about exploring an unusual shape and really cool packaging, right? If you're trying to get into retail, you need to stand out, right? You need to look new, innovative, different than what people are seeing already, or what that retail buyer is already buying. So this is a great way to just up your branding. I've used it to design eco-friendly packaging for my brand. I think it's just an incredible tip and tool. So as I mentioned, you can visually represent your wildest dreams. It's a simple copy and paste. And now with the latest version of ChatGPT, you can ask ChatGPT to create an image of whatever you're talking about right inside of the same conversation. The only caveat is that I prefer Midjourney's images still over DALL-E's. I'm going to show you a few different image tools that I use, and the key is split testing between them to get the best result. So let's go over some case studies of things that I've done with different brands. So first, I had a client that had a small chocolates company, big company in New York, but not big, nationwide. So he wanted to compete with Godiva 4-packs on Amazon, right? These little 4-packs of chocolates. And he's like, how can I compete with a nationally known brand? And this is his boxes are a very like kind of white with some gold, okay, but nothing really special, nothing that's going to get him over the strong branding of Godiva, right? So I said, well, what expensive boxes do women go crazy over? And we all know the Tiffany box. So I simply used what I just showed you that Viral did, and I told ChatGPT about this brand. I said, hey, I sell chocolates. This is what I'm trying to do. Can you help me design a box for 4 chocolates that is inspired by the Tiffany box? And this was the result. Who would not be excited to get a box of 4 chocolates in this beautiful kind of Tiffany look, right? This is a way for the little guy to compete with the big guy without the big guy even knowing it's coming for them, right? So great way to do it. And this was the prompt that I used, right? Inside of Midjourney. Next, I had another client who imports very expensive olives from Spain. And he's like, I'm on page 1. I'm just not getting that many sales. Well, he's charging over $100 for a box of these olives. And people who buy them, they really like them. But, I mean, look at the branding. Does it look expensive? Does it look like, something exciting? So I had to ask myself, okay, well, who sells food for insane prices and gets rave reviews? And we have Harry and David, of course, right? The box has to be something special. The packaging has to be something special. It needs to be an experience. So I simply had a conversation with ChatGPT. Again, said, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm selling. And here I want to create an experience based on something like these popular gift companies do. And we came up with this beautiful packaging. The gold and black was inspired by the colors of Spain. You can see the olive leaf print on the boxes. Just an incredible upgrade. He was delivering these in plain brown boxes before. And this was the long prompt that we used inside of Midjourney to get that result. Simply copying and pasting. So the next thing is I had a client who sells men's wallets, but the category is very saturated. You're spending $20 on a wallet. And he's like, I need to do something new and different to stand out from the competition. So I said, well, what leather goods are men unapologetically spending money on? And these mid-century modern chairs, I mean, I had friends that were posting about them in their offices, like spending, $2,000 on these chairs. So I thought, how could we use this kind of expensive look and feel that guys are going crazy over in a wallet? And that is what we did. We just had the conversation and we created these, really the first wallets ever with a wood look print on them. And these wallets are actually on the market now, so you guys can go out there and buy them. They're from a brand called Classico on Amazon. But they are awesome. So the thing is, though, I need to point out, I don't just want you guys to go create new designs and assume that they will work. You should never assume anything. This is what data is for, and we have great data. So you can use websites like PickFu, it's Pickfu. You can use PickFu, or you can use a site called Product Opinion. Either one of those will let you do surveys. So you can ask, a certain demographic, you can ask an audience, and you'll get, within an hour, you can survey 100 people. And so first we looked and we said, which wallet would you buy and why? And how much would you pay for it? And you can see the winner with 16 votes was this gray and kind of pine wood stripe wallet, but 15 people chose this black one. So really, really close. And we asked, how much would you pay for it? And these gray wallets, people were saying they'd pay about $20. This black wallet, people were saying they'd spend $70 for this wallet. So that told us, okay, that is right in line with what we want. We want kind of a more expensive look and feel. We want something different to add to the market. So we ended up launching both of them. But another poll that we did, and I want to point this out because, okay, sure, consumers chose my new designs, right? But would they choose the new designs over the classic? So we put the classic black wallet on there. I think this is brown, either one. We put a classic bestseller on there and we pulled it up against our new designs. And you can see 48% of people, a little less than half of the people chose the old faithful. They want the old faithful wallet, right? Cool. But we had a lot of people choose the new designs. The other half of the audience chose the new designs. So these are the types of polls that you want to do, and you want to get this information ahead of time because this is going to give you confidence. And with AI generative mock-ups, you can very easily pull an audience before you even have a product in your hand, right? Before you have a logo in your hand, whatever. You can pull an audience and get opinions before you spend additional money or resources moving to market. So, okay, you get it, but how did I do it? So let me show you what my conversation looked like for this lovely wallet. Before I do that, let's just talk a little bit about ChatGPT prompts, right? You want to have a conversation and add context. So don't just say like, give me product ideas. Instead say, I'm starting a business. We sell these type of products to this type of customer on this platform. We want to do this, or we want to solve this problem. Here's what we've tried. Here's, whatever. Just talk to it like you are going to talk to the best expert in the world and you have time with them and you have as much time as you need and you want to explain yourself, right? And get their help. The more context and information you give, my prompts are always like very long, so the more context and information you give, the better your results will be. And then finally, ask the right expert. So when I was developing this dog poo lawnmower robotic picker-upper here, I asked it to act as a product developer. I said, act as an electrical engineer and tell me what components I need and how those components work and all of that, right? So don't forget, you don't always have to specify the expert, but if you're getting deeper into the weeds and you want very specific results, ask it to act as that expert and you will get better or different results. Midjourney, the hard thing about Midjourney is sometimes copy and paste doesn't work. And you can see these dreadful images I got trying to upload an image of my product and then ask it to put it in a laundry room. And it just made a scared cat inside of a laundry basket. I don't know. It was a mess. So, it's important to note that Midjourney has a very specific way that you need to prompt it. They have a great guide at docs.midjourney.com. But if you just want to have a conversation with AI, you can simply use custom GPTs that have already been trained for this purpose. So when you go into ChatGPT, you can click on Explore GPTs in the upper left-hand corner, and you can just type in Midjourney, and you'll see many, many custom GPTs that are out there for your use, which will help you create really great Midjourney prompts. So what did I do for this wallet? I just said I sell men's wallets. They're leather. I want to create new and unique designs modeled after sleek mid-century modern leather chairs that are brown or black with wood trim. Imagine two bifold wallet designs where the leather is sleek and has two textures. One texture of the brown or black leather of the chair, and the other has a printed wood grain of pine or cedar or distressed wood. Describe this unique look in great detail. Remember, I learned that from Viral, right? Copy and paste. So, you can see it has given me some text here, some results, and it kind of went on and on and on. And it was a little bit long for a Midjourney prompt. So I asked it specifically, describe the design of a gray wallet with the distressed wood look. And then I copied and pasted that into Midjourney. And then I said, what if instead of putting the wood on the inside, we're to add a line of wood to look to the leather to the outside. That way the whole wallet would be gray leather, but there would be this nice wood accent, just like a chair. Describe what this would look like, right? So you can see in the previous slide, it was not quite right. It was putting the wood on the inside of the wallet, and I thought that was super weird, right? So I just asked it to make adjustments. So if you don't like what it's doing, again, continue the conversation. So then I asked it, I said, this is great. Can you describe it again so I can put it in an AI image generation tool to create a visual mockup? Now, this was back before ChatGPT would create an image right then and there. So if you want to use ChatGPT, you can also just ask it, okay, create an image of what you just described. And then you can use that description and put it into Midjourney as well, and you can compare the differences, because you might get a lot of different but great results that'll give you better ideas, and you can test them against each other before moving to manufacturing. So here is a lot of the different designs that we came up with, and these are all AI generated designs. And this was the prompt for the winner here. And then this was the actual wallet that the supplier made that is on the market right now. So same thing, here was the AI generated one. Here was the actual wallet that the supplier made. As I mentioned before, split testing is key. So different tools are going to yield different results. You can have that conversation right in ChatGPT and ask it to create the image. But I wanted to play around with Adobe Express. I wanted Adobe overall has this new AI called Firefly. And an easy way to test it out is to use Adobe Express. It's about $39 for the account that includes Photoshop with the new generative AI inside of Photoshop. And you get a bunch of different tools, including Adobe Express. So in this case, I had a client that wanted to get into women's clutch purses. And this is a very tough market. And he's asking me like, Amy, do you have ideas for clutch purses? And I am like the least fashionable person on, well, not the least, but I need advice, okay? I'm not the person to be giving fashion advice. So I said, no, I can't, but I can help you use AI to do that. And so all I did is I went to Google, where I have generative AI enabled, and I said, leather patterns that are trending in 2023. I wanted to know, what are the trending leather patterns that people would be looking for on a purse or a wallet? And I got this really great article that provided a ton of information from Fashion United. I mean, it really, like, it was pages and pages and pages long. So I was like, okay, how can I even do anything with this? Like, I don't know how to turn these trends into designs. Well, ChatGPT does. So I just said, I want to sell women's clutch purses with the latest leather trends. Review this article at this link and describe 5 potential designs for faux leather clutches that are on trend for late 2023. Describe them in great detail. So you can see I got all these great designs, and now I need to visualize them. So this time I used Midjourney and Adobe Express, which is Firefly. And when you bring up Adobe Express, this is it. You just copy and paste your prompt into there and you click generate, and it will generate the images. So I want to show you that the devil is really in the details when it comes to prompting these generative image tools. So this first design was an eco-chic distressed clutch. And you can see it calls for a distressed faux leather surface that looks like it's aged gracefully over time. It will have a classic envelope shape with antique brass hardware, right? So let's see. On the left is what Midjourney created, and on the right is what Firefly created. You can see Firefly nailed it. Firefly got the envelope shape, the antique brass hardware, making it look like it's been aged over time and is distressed, where Midjourney just pretty much picked up this kind of, I don't even know, but that's why different tools will give you different results. And it's important, what I could do is I could take that same prompt and I could put it into a custom GPT that's designed for Midjourney prompts, and I could get a better prompt for Midjourney. And then I could try that, right? So, but the point is, Different tools are going to yield different results based on your prompt. You could use the same prompt in 3 different tools and get completely different results. So let's give you another example. This was the sea-inspired clutch. Sea skin leather, fish skin leather, mermaid scales, a curved shape reminiscent of a seashell, and a pearl embellished chain. Midjourney on the left, missed the pearls, missed the curved shape. Adobe Firefly nailed it, right? So again, it's just important to understand that just because you're not getting good results, you might just need to tweak your prompt or try different tools. So now we're going to get into competitive analysis for design differentiation. So many of you probably have brands, products that you have competition, whether it's their websites, whether you're selling a service, whatever, you have competition. And AI is now in charge of search. So AI on Amazon, AI on TikTok, AI on Google is responsible for what consumers see in search results. So you want to understand how AI reads your content, how AI understands your images, how AI understands your videos, your overall web footprint, so that you can be recommended when customers search in this new conversational semantic way with the new search engine, right? When a customer says, okay, well, what dress should I wear for this spring dance, or what speaker is the best for the beach? Whatever they're asking the search engine in the future, it's not going to be the same keyword search anymore. So you want to understand, how does AI understand your product so that you can be recommended over your competitors? And the easiest way to do that is to let AI be your guide. So here's an example. I took this product image of just some glasses, right, from Amazon, and I didn't give ChatGPT any information. I simply uploaded the images. I said, hello, I'd like to write an Amazon product listing for this product. I didn't tell it what it was. I said, can you help me by first describing the product from a picture I upload? It said, of course, please go ahead and upload the picture. So I copied and pasted the picture in. And I just want to read to you guys how accurate ChatGPT just read this image. The product in the image appears to be a set of 4 glass drinking jars with lids and reusable straws. How does it know the straws are reusable? Well, because AI learns by reading thousands of images, thousands of texts, thousands of pages from across the web, the internet, right? So it already understands the context of what it's seeing. It knows, right? So it says each jar is transparent, allowing the contents to be clearly seen, filled with what looks like fruit-infused water containing slices of strawberries and lemons, with berries floating amidst effervescent bubbles, suggesting a refreshing beverage option. So AI is already making decisions and summarizing what it's seeing and saying it's a refreshing beverage option, saying that, it's transparent, right? It said the lids are in a calming pastel blue shade, each featuring a circular opening with a matching silicone seal through which clear glass straw protrudes. The glass straws are straight, sleek, and come with their own cleaning brushes, indicating ease of maintenance. Okay, again, you don't need to do the selling anymore, you guys. AI is going to read all your images. It's going to understand your websites, not just what the text on your websites, but the images, everything. Every e-commerce platform is going to do this. Like, everything is changing. So it's important to understand, okay, wow, AI actually can understand and generate a better product description than I ever could, right? So you can see the last thing, the set promotes an eco-friendly and stylish way to enjoy cold beverages. Okay, eco-friendly, cool. All right, so I just asked it, I said, this is quite a competitive category. I'd like to give you my listing content and then upload my images for you to examine, then give you the top 2 competitors' listings and images for you to analyze. And then I want you to tell me what I can do with my images and listing text to better showcase my products and beat my competitors and help customers choose my product instead. Are you ready? I always ask ChatGPT, are you ready? Because I give these long prompts and then it will summarize exactly what I want it to do. I I get better results that way. So you can do this same type of prompt with your competitors' websites, with product images, with social media pages. There's a million different things you can do. You can use this same idea. So what did I do? I uploaded this listing and the images for ChatGPT to analyze. You can see all of every time I uploaded an image, it says, you know, the third image focuses on the design features of the glass cup, including the silicone lid and hole for the straw. It understands exactly what that image is, right? So next, you know, I just kept uploading the images. Then I uploaded competitors, the top 2 competitors' listings and their images. And so you can see this is what the competitors are doing. This is what ChatGPT understands about the competitors. Now, something to note, you can actually upload all the images at once in one prompt, but I like doing it one at a time so that I can understand how AI is reading that image. Keep in mind, every AI is different. Amazon's AI is slightly different than ChatGPT's, right? And Claude is different. Google is different. Gemini is different. Like all the AI is slightly different, but this still gives you a good way to get started, to understand what that platform understands about your images or your text or your competitors' images or text. Notice even in the lifestyle images, it says, you know, this is the product in a lifestyle setting with people socializing and enjoying drinks from the glass cups. And then this one says, you know, shows the product being given as a gift, which emphasizes the idea of the glass cups as an ideal gift item. So then I uploaded another competitor. You can see their images that I uploaded and then ChatGPT's responses. Then I asked it to do a competitive analysis. So I said, you know, now compare me with my competitors and tell me what I can do better. And so it says, for my images, consider the following enhancements. Glasses being used in a variety of settings. So for example, family dinners or parties. This can help customers imagine the glasses as part of their everyday lives. What I thought was interesting is family dinners. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but back here on this lifestyle image here, there's no kids in any of these images. It's all adults, right? So with ChatGPT actually recommending that I show it in a family dinner setting, I actually showed that this could be kid friendly. And so if later a consumer is talking with AI, having a conversation with AI or Amazon's Rufus and is like, hey, you know, I'm looking for glasses that are family friendly, and your images have a family in the image and your competitors do not, well, then AI is going to recommend you because you're showing that, right? So already just in this competitive analysis, in AI's understanding of the product, it's giving me suggestions that can help me be recommended more than my competitors. So same thing, safety and durability of the glasses, a wider temperature range, showing any features of my glasses that are superior. This also gives me ideas, a wider temperature range. Okay, hot or cold drinks. I started looking up other products with these silicone sleeves and they're selling really well. So I could incorporate that into my set, and it would also be kid friendly because these kid friendly cups also sell really, really well. But there's no set that includes both. So this helps me get ideas for differentiation and helps me, you know, if I'm selling a product, it helps me create variations that'll beat my competition. It helps me understand what I need to do to get ahead. And then continuing that, it says, you know, showing the product as an ideal gift and specifically housewarming and wedding gifts. Now I want to bring you back to that gift image that we saw earlier. It was just showing it as a generic gift. If AI is reading an image in order to recommend you in search results and you show your product specifically as a wedding gift, so there's a lady in a wedding dress in the image and the you know, gift is whatever, you know, and you have text wedding gift on your image, well, you are going to be recommended and your competitors are not, right? We're no longer relying only on keywords anymore. So it's very, very important. Google's own search is doing this now. So it's very important that you understand how you can show your products in different environments, and how you can like use your competitors to your advantage and use AI to help recommend very specific things that are going to help you rank, right? And I found these specifics for like wedding gifts, right? You could even have kind of a wedding gift set, or you could use something like this and print cool like bridesmaids messages on it. And now it's a hot or cold beverage versus just the cold one, right? So it's teaching me to differentiate in a way that matters to the customer. It's showing me exactly what I should do to beat my competition. So step by step, we're wrapping it up now. You want to start with the problem. Everything starts with a problem. I'm trying to do X, Y, or Z. You want to continue the conversation. So I showed you how to do that in ChatGPT. And then finally, you want to get a visual. You want to split test different tools. Remember that the prompt matters and you'll get different results. And don't give up. Keep going, right? Keep trying different things because the results can be really, really incredible. You can always book an AI consultation with me. I can help you with product development, content creation, automations, and more. Here's all my info, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thanks so much, Amy. That was super fascinating. I'm sure we're all going to be going away and playing with ChatGPT and Midjourney now. Couple questions from the audience, kind of centered around like tips for creating prompts. So can you just share some general tips for how to create prompts to like solve business problems or in particular iterate with product design?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is context, right? Talking with AI is contextual, right? And what I'm seeing a lot of people doing is they're paying for these prompt libraries. They don't know what to do. They're waiting for the right prompt. What I'm trying to encourage you to do today is to stop waiting. Have a conversation. Act like this is your best buddy that already knows everything, and remind your best buddy, like, hey, I want you to use your knowledge on product development or brand development, or I want you to act as my brand strategist. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to appeal to this customer. This is my company. Another thing that I use inside of ChatGPT that's really helpful is custom instructions. So I have another presentation that I do teaching how to do business automations and that kind of stuff. And in custom instructions, you can actually ask ChatGPT, hey, help me write custom instructions for ChatGPT. Here's information about me. Here's my bio. Here's my company. Here's the products that we sell, that kind of stuff. And you can feed it all in and it'll actually tell you what to write in your custom instructions. And what custom instructions do for you is it gives ChatGPT that context for every new conversation so that you don't have to re-explain, like, this is my company, this is what I do. It already knows, like, I'm Amy Weiss, I run Amazing at Home, I also have these other trade show companies, blah, blah, blah. These are the products I sell, this is what I do, these are my services, this is my target audience. So I don't have to always explain that. But if you're trying to get a better result, you need to make sure that you just stop waiting for the right prompt. Just have a conversation and continue that conversation. And, I think one of the big things, I did an AI business conference and I had the CTO of a company called Carbon 6 come in and he's like, the problem that people have is that they're treating their AI like a little baby. They're like, oh, come on, walk to mama, oh, good job. When really they should be treating their AI like a teenager. Like, okay, get up, set your alarm, get up in the morning, go to school, do all your work, come home, give me feedback, whatever, right? Do it all again tomorrow. So inside of my ChatGPT, I actually have like every conversation as a different like employee, right? So like you are the marketing expert. Here's your job description. Here's what I need you to do every time I come into this conversation and chat with you, right? This is my expectation of you. Do these things, ask me for feedback, right? And then it's always learning. And I can also train custom GPTs on that. But that's the key. And then when I need, and then when I need to ask that marketing expert that writes my Wednesday Wisdom YouTube summaries, I just go in, and this is another big tip, guys. Instead of continuing the conversation, which a lot of you are doing, and then ChatGPT starts to give you gobbledygook, simply scroll up and click edit on that original prompt, right? Or the second prompt. So maybe you gave it the initial instructions and then it's like, okay, great. Tell me about your YouTube guest. Tell me about their bio, all those things. Okay, great. Our next guest is, I just edit that prompt. And then it's always fresh. It's always awesome. So if you ever have problems with ChatGPT giving you gobbledygook, scroll up, edit a previous prompt where it was still good, and you're good to go.
Thank you, Amy. Well, I could listen to you talk all day about this. It's so fascinating for me and for our audience, but we're running out of time, so we'll have to follow up with all the other questions privately. Thanks again, Amy, for your time.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Yeah, super fascinating.